So 18. So 19. Jalo 5. So 20. So 21. Jalo 6. So 22. So 23. So borrow 6. Jalo 7. Borrow 7. So 25. Borrow 8. So 26. So 27. So 28. Jalo 8. Borrow 9. Borrow 10. So 29. So 30. So 31. Jalo 9. Borrow 11. So 32. So 33. Jalo 10. So 34. So 35. So 36. So 37. So 38. So 39. So 40. So 41. So 42. So 43. So 44. So 45. So 46. Jalo 11. So 47. So 48. So 49. Borough 12. Soul 50. Soul 51. Jallo 12. Soul 52. Soul 53. Jallo 13. 1-3. Soul 54. Soul 55. Soul 56. Soul 57. Soul 58. Borough 13. 1-3. Jallo 1-4. 15. 1-4. Soul 59. Borough 14. 1-4. Soul 60. 60. Soul 61. Borough 15. 1-5. Soul 62. 62. Soul 63. Soul 64. Soul 65. Soul 66. Soul 67. Jallo 1-5. 15. Borough 16. 1-6. Borough 17. 1-7. Jallo 1-6. 16. Borough 18. 1-8. Borough 19. 1-9. Soul 68. Soul 69. 69. That's 19, that's 16.
Thank you so much. Having successfully conducted the election of the Speaker of the Children's National Assembly of the Gambia. I, Esa Balde, having supervised the election of the Children's National Assembly of the Gambia, hereby give notice that the total number of votes received by each candidate is as follows. Tida Barrow, 19 votes. Awajalo, 16 votes. Babakar Sow, 69 votes. Having received the highest number of votes, I hereby declare Babakar Sow Speaker of the Children's National Assembly of the Gambia. Accordingly, in pursuance of the provisions of Order 5.2 of the Standing Orders of the Children's National Assembly, I shall administer the prescribed oath of the Speaker. Therefore, I ask the clerk that we proceed with the administration of oath for the Honorable Speaker as per the order paper.
Administration of oath for the Honorable Speaker.
I congratulate the Honorable Speaker-elect to this Assembly of the Children of the Gambia, Children's National Assembly of the Gambia. May I now call on the Honorable Speaker-elect to the podium to take the respective prescribed oath before me. You read after me. I, Babakar Sow,
I, Babakar Sow,
having been elected
as
Speaker of the Children's National Assembly of the Gambia,
Speaker of the Children's National Assembly of the Gambia,
do hereby swear that I shall be faithful and bear true allegiance
to
the children of the Gambia,
the children of the Gambia,
that I shall execute the functions of member of the Children's National Assembly
execute the functions of member of Children's National Assembly
without fear or favor,
affection or ill will,
according to the Constitution of the Children's National Assembly of the Gambia.
according to the Constitution of the Children's National Assembly of the Gambia.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Lagi mic na. Yeah. Lagi scan ko. Administration of oath for the Honorable Deputy Speaker and Honorable members of the Children National Assembly of the Gambia.
I congratulate the Honorable Deputy Speaker, nominated, and all the Honorable members to this Assembly. May I now call on the Honorable Deputy Speaker to the podium to take the prospective prescribed oath. May I now have Honorable Mariama Antaseka from Sierra.
I, Mariama Antasedi,
I, Mariama Antaseka,
have been elected as Deputy Speaker of the Children National Assembly
as the Deputy Speaker of the Children National Assembly
of the Gambia, do hereby swear that I shall be faithful and bear true allegiance
I shall be faithful and bear true allegiance
to the children of the Gambia,
to the children of the Gambia,
that I shall execute the function of member of the Children National Assembly without fear or favor, action or ill will, according to the Constitution of the Children National Assembly
of the Children National Assembly
of the Gambia.
of the Gambia.
So help me God.
So help me God. Administered the prescribed oath for the honorable members. I, Honorable, your names. I, Honorable, having been elected as member of the Children National Assembly of the Gambia, do hereby swear that I shall be faithful and bear true allegiance to the children of the Gambia, that I shall execute the functions of member of the Children National Assembly without fear or favor, actions or ill will, according to the Constitution of the Children National Assembly of the Gambia. So help me God.
Can we all sit down, please?
Maiden speak by the Honorable Speaker.
The Honorable Deputy Speaker, members of the National Assembly, Honorable Cabinet Ministers herein present, UNICEF representative, OIC, members of the Diplomatic Corps, clerk and staff of the National Assembly, NYC Secretariat herein present, distinguished invited guests, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, good morning to you all. Honorable members, I congratulate you all on your elections and nominations to this assembly. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, 3 times. I thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the great favor He has vested in me to be elected as member as well as Speaker of the Children National Assembly of the Gambia. I register my special thanks and gratitude to member colleagues for having the trust and confidence of electing me as Speaker to this assembly. Equally, I congratulate you all for having been elected and nominated as members of the Children National Assembly. Representing your various regions and the Gambia as a whole, I also must thank the clerk and the National Assembly Service and the NYC and all stakeholders for guiding us through since yesterday. Your priceless guidance will further be valued in future. It's a great honor to be elected as Speaker of the National Assembly. Although with a greater responsibility, of course, I am aware. Honorable members, I just want to pray to Allah that I shall successfully travel the path successfully and responsive to the wishes and aspirations of the children of this great country of ours, the Gambia. I wish to congratulate all of you, honorable members, for being part of this assembly because it is a unique opportunity and privilege for us to be here and serve our dear nation. I look forward to working with all of you to advance the cause of all the children in this country. Therefore, let each one of us represent our fellow children of this country with dignity, purpose, and honor. Let this assembly continue to be a living embodiment for addressing the plight of the children in this country. Finally, I want to urge all of us to cooperate and make our tenure in office a great success. Thank you. Clark, can we proceed?
Statements.
Honorable members, at this junction, I want to invoke Order 28 of the Standing Orders of the Children National Assembly of the Gambia to allow, as per our order paper for today, the Honorable Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly, Honorable Cabinet Minister, and other dignitaries to deliver statements to this assembly. Honorable members, please be reminded that after the statements are delivered, no questions, comments, or concerns are raised will be entertained. May I now call on the Honorable Minister for Youth and Sports of the National Assembly to deliver a message of solidarity. Thank you.
The Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly of the Gambia, Honorable Sidi Njai, the UNICEF RR, Nafisa, the IAC Vice Chairperson here in the room, the Lord Mayor of Banjul, the Permanent Secretary at the Minister of Gender, Ilo Jalo, ably representing the Honorable Minister of Gender, and representative of the Chinese Embassy here in our midst, senior government officials, the members of the Children National Assembly, parents here present, staff of the National Youth Council of the Gambia, at my extension staff of UNICEF, Honorable Speaker of the Children National Assembly, let me use this opportunity to congratulate you on your elections as Speaker and wish you the best during your tenure. I am Alaji Jaju, the Executive Director of the National Youth Council, representing the Honorable Minister for Youth and Sports, Bakari Waibaji, who is unavoidably absent due to cabinet engagements at this point in time. It gives me great honor and joy to stand before you today at the start sitting of the Children National Assembly of the Gambia. This assembly is a symbol of hope and participation for children. It shows us that children are not just leaders of tomorrow, but they are certainly leaders today. Allow me to first commend each of you, honorable child members of the National Assembly, for your courage, dedication, and commitment. You are representing the voices of children across the nation, raising their concerns and bringing their dreams to this august chamber. For that, you deserve our full respect and admiration. Honorable members, your voices matter, your questions matter, and your ideas equally matter. As policymakers, we are reminded that we cannot build the Gambia we want if we fail to listen to the voices of our dear children. That is why this assembly is so important. It allows us to hear from you directly, the future custodians of our nation. As the Honorable Minister for Youth and Sports, who I am representing here, I want to assure you of our ministry's continued commitment to the empowerment of children and young people. We believe that sports, education, creativity, and innovation are powerful tools for nurturing your talents and helping you realize your full potentials. Sports, in particular, are a school of life, teaching teamwork, discipline, unity, and above all, resilience. Honorable Speaker, this assembly did not happen by chance. It is the result of collective efforts and partnership. I would therefore like to sincerely thank the technical working group that has worked tirelessly to make this event possible. This includes the National Youth Council, the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Welfare, the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education, the CPA, and of course, the support of the National Assembly, who are also members of the technical working group. Let me also extend our deepest appreciation to UNICEF for its invaluable partnership and consistent support to the children of the Gambia. Your collaboration has been instrumental in creating this platform where children can be seen, heard, and respected. Honorable members, I urge you all to use this opportunity well. Speak boldly, debate respectfully, and share your views for the Gambia without fear. Always remember that you are not just speaking for yourselves. You are speaking for thousands of other children across the Gambia who are not opportune to be here in this chamber. In closing, let me say this. The Gambia's future is bright because it rests in capable hands. And that is in your hands. Continue to dream, certainly big. Continue to believe in yourselves and continue to lead by example. These are tenets that if you grow with them from this age, you will certainly continue to be examples amongst your peers. We as your leaders today will continue to stand with you, listen to you, and work with you to build a nation where every child can thrive with dignity, safety, and the best of opportunities that can be available for you. On behalf of the Ministry of Youth and Sports, I thank you all once again and wish you very fruitful deliberations. Thank you all for your kind attention. Thank you.
Thank you, Executive Director of National Youth Council, for your solidarity statement. Clerk, we may proceed.
Statement, Resident Representative, UNICEF.
I now invite the resident representative UNICEF to deliver his statement.
Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly, Deputy Clerk of the National Assembly, Deputy Chairperson of IEC, Lord Mayors of Banjul, representative of diplomatic corps and also UN members, Executive Director, National Youth Council, former Speaker of Child National Assembly of the Gambia, heads of government departments and NGOs, technical working group of SINAG, newly elected SINAG members, media, all other protocols respectfully observed. Good morning and Assalamu alaikum. First of all, I would like to congratulate the new speaker for winning the election and also taking this responsibility. At the same time, I would also like to congratulate the previous speaker of SINAG, who has done a great and brilliant job in last few years. I think he needs a round of applause. It is with deep admiration and joy that I stand here today at this third sitting of the Children's National Assembly of the Gambia. We are gathered not for a ceremony, but for a purpose, a shared promise to build a Gambia where every child is safe, educated, empowered, and heard. As Nelson Mandela once said, there can be no keener revelation of a society's soul than the way in which it treats its children. Today, let us affirm, every child of the Gambia must be embraced with justice, with opportunities, and with dignity. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen and children, we are duty bearers. While listening comes with responsibility, with promises comes accountability, and most importantly, obligations. There is a strong African proverb: the child who is not heard will grow into an adult who does not listen. And this is why children's voices must guide our policies, programs, and decisions. Their voices are not whispers. Their calls are actions, calls to fulfill what Gambia has already pledged by ratifying Convention on the Rights of the Child, African Charter on the Rights and Welfare of the Child, and of course, in the Gambia's Children's Act, it is very well mentioned. Children are demanding quality education, stronger health systems, protection from abuse, exploitation, and violence. And those are their rights. The recent concluding observations of the CRC committee remind us that urgency is required. And I want to pause here to acknowledge the government of the Gambia for its continued efforts to advance child rights through laws, policies, programs that support children. UNICEF is proud to work alongside government, lawmakers, development partners, civil society, communities, and families in this mission. However, we have a very, very long way to go. As leaders, teachers, parents, religious leaders, service providers, media, and duty bearers, we must rise to the moment. Let us ensure no child is left behind, not the child with disabilities, not the child out of school, not the girl at risk of harmful practices. And dear children, you are not leaders of tomorrow. You are leaders of today. Almost half of Gambia's population is under the age of 18. Your voices are louder, stronger, and powerful than you think. In the 2023 national sitting, right in this chamber, the Children National Assembly presented the Accelerate the Response to Call for the position paper to the government. They asked, among other things, for more to be done to improve quality and accessibility in education, scale up services that protect children from harmful practices and other forms of violences against children, invest in quality health services, protect children from illicit drug abuse and sexual exploitation, and protect their rights and rights of children with disabilities. And UNICEF has heard you. As I mentioned earlier, we have worked with government and partners to take forward many of your demands, and we will continue to stand beside you. Keep shining, keep speaking, keep demanding, and keep holding us accountable. I recall a poem from my own country. It well. A child is a river, channel it well. Your spirit, children of the Gambia, is the light that will guide this nation forward. But words alone are not enough. I call on all stakeholders to establish a functional joint monitoring mechanism to ensure that your call to action in 2023, but also this year, is not just recommendations on paper, but children. For every child is not just a tagline at UNICEF. It's our promise every day, in every place. We fight for the rights of every child, and we won't stop, we promise you. Thank you for your steadfast dedication and continued engagement. Thank you so much all, and congratulations again to all the children who made it thus far. Thank you and have a good day.
Thank you, the UNICEF representative, our long-term and very reliable partners, for a statement made to this assembly. Clerk, we may proceed.
Statement. Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Welfare.
I now invite Permanent Secretary for Gender, Children and Social Welfare to deliver her statement.
Good morning, the Honorable Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly of the Gambia. Good morning, UNICEF country representative, newly elected Speaker of the National Children's Assembly, and all the members of the National Children Assembly, members of the civil society here present, dear children, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ilo Jallo, and I am reading this statement on behalf of the Honorable Minister of Gender, Children and Social Welfare. It is with great pride and deep solidarity that I extend my greetings to all the honorable child parliamentarians and stakeholders gathered here today for the sittings of the Children National Assembly of the Gambia. This assembly is a living testimony to our national commitment to promote children's voices, strengthen child participation, and uphold the principles of democracy, equality, and inclusiveness. By convening here, you, the young leaders of today and tomorrow, are not only exercising your right to participate in decision-making, but also shaping the decisions and practices that will safeguard your welfare and secure your future. As the Minister of Gender, Children and Social Welfare, I stand firmly with you in this important journey. Since its establishment, my ministry has made significant strides towards improving the lives of vulnerable children through robust legal and policy initiatives, which are guided by a strong commitment to child's rights principles, aligned with the United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child and the African Charter on the Rights and Welfare of the Child. Key legislative frameworks such as the Children's Act, legislative frameworks such as the Children's Act consolidate laws relating to children, clearly outlining their rights and responsibilities and providing their care, protection, and maintenance. These legislative measures demonstrate the ministry's approach and progressive approach towards building a comprehensive system that protects and empowers every child while promoting an inclusive education for children in accordance with global best practice. Dear children, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, my ministry, in partnership with key stakeholders, has been actively engaged in implementing child rights programs aimed at ensuring the protection, well-being, and well-being of children in all aspects of their life. One significant initiative includes the development of the National Children's Policy 25 to 2030 and the revision of the National Child Protection Strategy 25 to 2030, as well as the corresponding action plan 2026 to 2028. In addition, the minimum standards for child care residential services has been reviewed and validated to guide the operations and oversight of institutional care. These standards are designed to prevent and address violations of child rights within residential facilities. They are supported by a practical compliance checklist that enables monitoring and enforcement to ensure consistent safeguarding practices across all care institutions. We have also developed a child protection manual, which provides a clear operational framework to guide practitioners in delivering consistent, effective, and right-based child protection services. My dear children, ladies and gentlemen, despite the progress made, significant challenges hinder full implementation of the child's rights under the African High Commission for the Rights of the Child and the UN Convention on the Rights of the Child, which include weak enforcement, limited funding, and harmful traditional practice. To address these challenges, we urge stronger political will, increased investment in child protection, enhanced community awareness, and greater international collaboration to combat child labor, trafficking, and exploitation. Let me commend the Children's National Assembly for its consistency, courage, and vibrancy in bringing forward the concerns, aspirations, and innovative ideas of children across our nation. Your contributions are valuable in guiding us as duty bearers to design policies and programs that will truly reflect your needs. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, my ministry remains committed to protecting your rights, amplifying your voices, and working hand in hand with partners to ensure that every Gambian child grows up in dignity, safety, and with opportunities. Together, we shall continue to build a Gambia where no child is left behind, where every girl and boy is protected, empowered, and given the space to thrive as a full citizen. On behalf of the Minister of Gender, Children, and Social Welfare, I reaffirm my unflinching solidarity and support to the Children's National Assembly and to every child in the Gambia. Long live the Children's National Assembly, and I thank you all.
Thank you, Permanent Secretary for Gender, Children, and Social Welfare, for your statement to this Assembly. Clerk, we may proceed.
Statement, Honorable Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly.
I now invite the Honorable Deputy Speaker to deliver the official launching statement.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The Lord Mayor of Banjul, Rohey Malick Lowe, the representative of the Honorable Minister for Gender, Children, and Social Welfare, the Executive Director of the National Youth Council, who is also representing the Minister for Youth and Sport,
clerk and deputy clerk of the National Assembly of the Gambia, UNICEF resident representative, and other UN agencies here, civil society organizations supporting the welfare of children, members of the Children's National Assembly, Vice Chairman of the Independent Electoral Commission and staff, distinguished invited guests, members of the media, Director of Table of the National Assembly and staff, members of the Children's National Assembly, clerk and staff of the Children's National Assembly, and all those assisting the Children's National Assembly here in present, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon to all of you. Let me first and foremost, on behalf of the Honorable Speaker of the National Assembly, all members and staff of the National Assembly of the Gambia, welcome you all to this hallowed chambers of ours, all of us collectively, and wish you a successful deliberation. The Honorable Speaker of the Children's National Assembly and members, please feel at home. It is with great honor and deep sense of pride I stand before you today to officially launch the first ordinary session of the Children's National Assembly of the Gambia under the theme Working with Children to Build a Better Gambia. This historic gathering is not just another event, but it is a bold declaration that the future of our nation cannot and should not be built without the voices, ideas, and contributions of its youngest generation, that is the children. The establishment of the Assembly is a signing testimony that our democracy is alive, inclusive, and forward-looking. It recognizes the children not merely as beneficiaries of laws and policies, but as partners in shaping them. Mr. Speaker, our beloved Gambia aspires to be a nation anchored on justice, equality, prosperity, and peace. To achieve this vision, we must ensure that children are at the heart of our national development, working with them to build a better Gambia, and also it means listening to your voices, learning from your perspective, and integrating your concern into the laws and policies that shape our collective destiny. It means creating opportunities for you to develop your talents, to dream boldly, and to transform those dreams into reality. Children today face unique challenges, from access to quality education, health and nutrition, to protection from exploitation, to climate change, and to digital inequality. Yet, within these challenges lie immense opportunities, and by involving you, the children, in finding solutions, we can shape our laws and policies that are practical, inclusive, and sustainable for your growth, welfare, and development. You are not only leaders of tomorrow alone, but part of that of today. Energy, innovation, and vision can already inspire change. The National Assembly of the Gambia, and by extension, the government of His Excellency President Adama Barrow, is fully committed to joining with you along those paths. We see this Children's Assembly not as a symbolic initiative, but as a meaningful platform for amplifying the voices of children in governance, ensuring that your concerns are heard at the highest levels of decision-making. Together with our partners, government, civil society, parents, and communities, we must pledge our commitment to creating a safe society, nurturing and empowering environment where every child can thrive. Mr. Speaker, I wish to urge all the members of this Assembly to take your duties seriously and debate extensively, as the outcome of your debate may form part of policies and laws that the government will adopt in ensuring that your call for action is realized. I also want to urge all of you to debate with respect, integrity, and courage. Propose ideas that can transform communities. Speak not only for yourself, but for every Gambian child, especially those in rural areas, those living with those who often go unheard. The platform is your chance to show that children who can contribute meaningfully to national development. As adults, lawmakers, policymakers, we must also learn from you. The honesty, creativity, and optimism of children are invaluable assets in building a society free from injustice, poverty, and inequality. Indeed, working with children is the surest way of securing a brighter and more prosperous future for our great country. On that note, and with these few remarks, on behalf of ourselves, that is the National Assembly, the Honorable Speaker, members of the National Assembly, and by extension on the hand, to express our optimism for the future of our great country, and that we recommit ourselves to delivering services that are beneficial to you, the young people. We believe that it's our responsibility to create an enabling environment where we'll be able to bequeath to you a prosperous country, a country where you could stand the test of time and pride yourself as good citizens and ambassadors of the rest of the Gambian children. I now have the distinguished honor and privilege to officially launch the fourth ordinary session of the Children's National Assembly of the Gambia in the year 2025 under the inspiring theme, Working with Children to Build a Better Gambia. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly. We are indeed grateful for your presence. I would like to seize this opportunity to recognize the presence of our Lord Mayor of Banjul, Vice Chair of the IEC. Thank you for your presence. Clerk, you may proceed.
That this assembly do consider and adopt the position paper on working with children to build a better Gambia by the Children National Assembly of the Gambia, August 2025. By Honorable Bintu Jaite, member for KM.
I now invite Honorable Bintu Jaite of KM to make the motion.
Good day, everyone. My name is Honorable Bintu Jaite from KM. I rise to move the motion, consider and adopt the position paper on working with the children to build a better Gambia by the Children National Assembly of the Gambia.
Thank you, Honorable. Any second, Okay, before we have a second, Honorable Bintu, do you want to elaborate on anything?
Yes, I do. Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. I stand here today to raise an important issue that is a threat to our future and the very survival of our country, which is climate change. The Gambia is one of the most vulnerable countries to climate change, with sea rising levels, floating and erratic rain patterns, which are affecting our communities, our agriculture and health. These issues are not just environmental issues, they are child rights issues. Both national and international legal instruments recognize the right of a child to be safe and in a suitable environment. The 1997 Constitution of the Gambia, under the Section 7, and the detective principle, obligates the state to protect the environment and the present and the future generations. The Children's Act 2005, Section 21, guarantee every child the right to life, right to survival and development, which are all threatened by climate crisis. The African Charter on the Right and the Welfare of a Child, Article 14, ensure every child the right to health, which include healthy environment. The United Nations Convention on the Right of a Child, Article 24, call on to the state to take measures against environmental pollutions and risks that endanger children's welfare. The Paris Agreement 2015, which the Gambia ratified, encouraged us to reduce the ambition and build resistance to climate impact. Honorable Speaker, please, these are not just commentaries on papers. They are promises given to us, the children whose futures are at stake. I therefore call on to this August Assembly to strengthen laws and policies that promote climate education and youth participation, to invest in renewable energy and green jobs for young people, to support community-based adaptation projects, especially the vulnerable regions like Banjul, which face the threat of the sea rise level. I ensure that every law and budget that pass through this assembly consider the climate impact on children. As we are children, we may not have the right to vote, but we are the ones that are going to live long to face the consequences of today's decision. Climate change is just tomorrow's problem. It is today. So I ask you to add boldly. So when the history is written, it will not only say this assembly was written to protect its children, but its people and its land. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Honorable. Any seconder, please. Any seconder, affiliation.
Good day, everyone. My name is Honorable Biranda, and I second the motion.
Okay, Honorable, do you have anything to elaborate on?
Good day, once again, everyone. Like I said, my name is Honorable Biranda, and I am here to inform the Minister of Gender, Children and Social Welfare about something that is really affecting children in the Gambia, and that is gender-based violence. Gender-based violence is a severe human rights issue in the Gambia, with significant prevalence rates of physical and sexual violence, particularly among women and girls, as stated in the 2019 and 2020 demographic and health survey. 9% of women between ages 15 to 19 have experienced sexual violence, and 40% of ever married women have been subjected to either physical, sexual, or emotional violence by their current or most recent partners. And factors like the normalization of GBV, Muslim communities, stigma, fear of torture, and inadequate resources for justice and support systems contribute to the project. While the Gambia has introduced measures like specialized courts, a national helpline, and the No More campaign to combat GBV, challenges persist in accessibility to services and shifting societal attitudes, requiring continued efforts in ensuring women and girl violence. I strongly recommend that the government, through the Ministries of Gender, Children and Social Welfare, and the Ministry of Justice, treat cases of gender-based violence as emergency cases, to avoid the dragging cases for the longest period, and soft judgment for perpetrators. All women and girls are not objects. We, the children, are not toys to be played with. Let us and we don't have the chance anyway. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable. I now put the question. It has been moved and seconded that this Honorable Assembly do consider the position paper on working with children to build a better Gambia by the Children National Assembly of the Gambia, August 2025. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it. Any honorable member who wishes to take part in the debate may now do so. With precision, please. We have 2 minutes for every honorable member. Honorable candidate to call from NDR.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for giving me the floor. Good day, everyone. Esteemed members of the Children's Parliament, distinguished guests, I go by the name Honorable Kadegatu Call from Nedbank Region. I stand before this August gathering to speak on a silent struggle, one that affects thousands of children, yet it is rarely talked about openly. That is mental health. Live and painful story. In 2022, a 13-year-old student in the Gambia was constantly bullied at school. He became withdrawn, stopped eating well, and failed in his exams. His teachers thought he was being lazy. His parents thought he was being disrespected. The popular idea was that he was battling severe depression. Sadly, this was the attempted his own life. Though how neglected children's mental health really is. Mental health challenges start young, not supported, and not treated. These lead to poor academic performance, emotional breakdowns, tragic outcomes. According to UNICEF, 1 in 17 adolescents worldwide experiences mental health disorders. But in many African societies, including the Gambia, these issues are covered in silence or misinterpreted as spiritual attacks or stubbornness. We must make mental health support for children a national priority by training teachers to spot signs of emotional stress, providing school counselors and safe spaces, educating parents to respond with care, not with punishment, including mental health topics in school curriculums, and most importantly, funding mental health services and professionals for children. Yes, there may be limited resources, but what is the cost of not doing nothing? We are losing bright and young minds every day to silence, to shame, and misunderstanding. Mental health is not a luxury, it is a right, just like healthcare or education. If we care about our future as a nation, we must protect the mental well-being of our children today. Let me leave you with this reminder. There is no health without mental health. If we want a strong and educated and responsible citizens tomorrow, we must care for the minds of our children today. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable. Can we now have Honorable Njayo Day?
Thank you so much for giving me the floor, Honorable Speaker. Honorable respected authorities, ladies and gentlemen, and the honorable members of this August gathering, greetings to you all. Honorable Speaker, I go by the name Honorable Njayo Gay, proudly representing the North Bank region. I rise today to make my contribution to this August sittings, focusing on a deeply troubling reality, poverty, as a violation of children's rights in the Gambia. Honorable Speaker, honorable members of this August House, it is not a secret that corruption, embezzlement, and mismanagement of public resources have left our nation grappling with poverty. This act of betrayal has robbed Gambian children of the basic rights they are entitled. We are promised free and quality education, yet the children of the poor farmers remain out of school. We are promised access to quality health care, yet hospitals often lack the basic medications. Painkillers has become the default treatment rather, to every illness, a national shame that highlights systematic neglect. We are promised the provision of sanitary pads in school, but where is the fulfillment? The Speaker, I'm aware that a girl can miss oil in a year due to menstrual cramps and lack of access to sanitary products. This is not just about health issues, but about violation of her right to education. For many students, education ends at high school, not because they lack the ambition to go to school, but because they lack money. Who is there to afford their exorbitant tuition fees at tertiary institutions? Honorable Speaker, when the nation's resources are looted by those in power, it is not the economy that suffers, but our future. We are constantly told that we are the present and future leaders. How can we lead when we are denied the basic tools of leadership, education, healthcare, safety, and dignity? Honorable Speaker, the Gambia is among the smallest countries in mainland Africa, yet our children endure some of the harshest forms of poverty. Why are they forced into child labor instead of our children dying in hospital due to lack of essential medicines? Why are we being kidnapped, raped, and killed as a result of growing insecurity? Why are our poor parents continue paying taxes faithfully? Where are the funds meant for education, healthcare, security, and child protection? Have we abandoned the most vulnerable members in our society? Honorable Speaker, I thereby call on the Ministry of call on the government of the Ghana Social Welfare and all other respected authorities to treat the plight of Gambian children with urgency, commitment, and humanity. We are weak and vulnerable, but we are also the foundation of this future. Safeguarding our rights is not a charity, but a national duty. A country that abandons its children has no future to boast. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable, for that elaboration. I now call on Honorable Martin Ekele from KMT.
Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker, for giving me the opportunity to speak. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Marvin Bekele from Cardiff Municipality. I stand here today with a deep sense of honor and excitement to share my views and recommendations on an issue that truly matters: the rights and inclusion of children with disability. Honorable Speaker, I strongly believe that every child deserves to enjoy life equally. Sadly, children with disabilities are often left behind, overlooked, and misunderstood, not because they lack potential, but because society fails to give them the support they need. In the community we live in, children with disabilities are often excluded from opportunities. They are seen as burdens, and to some, educating them is a waste of time. Let me share a real life scenario. A young girl was doing well in school until she fell ill and lost her hearing. Instead of receiving support, her teachers even told her to figure things on her own. Some classmates refused to sit beside her. Over time, she started failing and felt unwanted until she finally dropped out. Every child deserves to feel seen, valued, and involved, no matter their ability. Today, I ask us all to reflect on their struggles and take a stand to build a more inclusive and fair future for every child. Another issue is poor healthcare support. These children often need special medical care or therapy, which many families cannot afford. I would like to propose the following key recommendations: inclusive education. Government and schools must provide disability-friendly classrooms, train teachers, and offer learning tools that support everyone as required under Section 29 of 1997 Constitution, Rights to Education, and Article 24 of the UN Convention of the Rights of Persons with Disability. Public awareness. Communities should be educated to stop discrimination and see value in every child, in line with Article 8 of the CRPD on raising awareness. Family support. feeling, and resolve
You have 40 seconds.
confidently and lovingly. Finally, disability is not inability. You are just able in a different way. Call me as I conclude. Children with disabilities are not problems to fix. They are children to love, support, and care. They deserve the same rights, care, and opportunities as every other child. If you want a better future, we must improve all, and no one is left behind. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable, for that elaboration. I now invite an Honorable Awajalo of Banjul.
For giving me the opportunity to raise out my concern. So my name is Honorable Awajalo, and I'm a representative of Banjul. So the issue that I would like to bring on again, because I did the last time, but the issue is still something that is consistently a problem in our societies, that is drug abuse. And drug abuse among children, we all know drugs are really dangerous substances that are taken into the system and causes harm, that causes harm to the health, to the mental stability as well. And when you have a young child using drugs, it's going to be really dangerous to the child's mental health because the child is still struggling to grow. So adding up onto that, adding a substance abuse onto that also makes the child's development too. I also recommended that we enforce the laws strictly to stop the accessibility of these drugs to the children. But then we've seen that still we have children that access drugs without being punished. And like the way they access the drugs is so easy. Let's say you have 10 every time to the shop to go and get you cigarettes. So this child continuing to get this cigarette for you gets to get the access to also try and abuse this substance. So from this stage, you are teaching the child how to use this substance and how to access it easily. So these drugs, especially the introduction of Kush, also has caused a lot of damages in the lives of our young people that we already, the lives that we've lost. We've had cases of attacks, rapes, and different other things that they have done. We've seen robberies going on, and most of these things are as a result of the substances that are being abused. So I am pleased urging the drug law enforcers to ensure that children do not have the access to drugs, but rather access things that they need instead of drugs that are going to cause harm to their mental health, to their bodies and their development. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Awa. I now call on Honorable Maria Majida from URR.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for giving me the floor to speak. I am Honorable Maria Majibari from URR, and my topic of discussion today is to address the alarming rise of smoke, especially in the Upper River region. Honorable Speaker, over the years, smoking has become a tradition for children in URR, especially in Basse Town. Children smoke everywhere. You go to the school, you see children smoking. You go to the football stadiums, you see children smoking, and not to talk about the ghetto streets or even their homes. The practice is common to children that it mostly causes behavioral change towards negativity and dubious acts, that children are involved in the communities. When children get addicted to smoking and cannot afford buying it, they sometimes depend on begging in the streets, stealing, or even robbery, just so they can get the little they can afford to buy their cigarettes or marijuana. Because of this dubious act, some have to be school dropouts. Honorable Speaker, statistics has shown that provide the most cigarette smokers. Honorable Speaker, I would not be surprised if 30 or more of the percentage of the assessed number are children. Honorable Speaker, in battling this issue, more awareness should be raised on the harmful consequences of smoking on children. Parents should be held accountable if found sending children to buy them any smoking tool like cigarettes, marijuana, Rizla, etc. In putting efforts together to combat this unfortunate issue, the Ministry of Health, the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education, together with the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Welfare, should be prioritized as our primary areas. They should get involved in every single step we intend to take in resolving these bad children, but future of this country as well. Efforts must be directed towards strengthening awareness, campaigns in school, enforcing laws that restrict
Bonsoir et bienvenue. Dakar abrite du 31 juillet au 4 septembre le forum Africa Food System. Comprenez les systèmes alimentaires en Afrique. Ce forum se tient pour la première fois en Afrique de l'Ouest. Une quinzaine de chefs d'État et une trentaine de ministres de l'Agriculture devront faire le déplacement de Dakar. Avec moi donc ce soir sur ce plateau, Dr Mabouba Diagne, ministre de l'Agriculture, de la Souveraineté alimentaire et de l'Élevage. Bonsoir.
Bonsoir, monsieur.
Oui. Alors, vous êtes l'hôte du forum, c'est une première en Afrique?
En Afrique de l'Ouest.
Oui.
C'est le premier forum en Afrique de l'Ouest.
Oui.
C'est l'équivalent. Je dis souvent que l'Africa Food System, c'est le Davos de l'agriculture.
D'accord, le Davos de l'agriculture. On va y revenir, mais juste, on va parler de cette actualité hein, parce que ça nous rattrape. Vous êtes au courant que le fleuve atteint sa cote d'alerte depuis hier dans le nord à Matam. C'est globalement une situation très pluvieuse dans le pays. Avant de vous demander le comportement de la campagne de manière générale, mais on peut sur ces cotes d'alerte, est-ce que ça a une incidence sur les cultures aux alentours?
Bon, il y a des risques au nord et au sud, mais comme vous le savez, mon collègue ministre de l'Hydraulique, Cheikh Tidiane Dièye, est en train de faire un excellent travail. Le collègue aussi ministre de l'Intérieur, le gouvernement est en train de prendre tous les dispositifs nécessaires. En termes aussi d'anticipation, nous avons commencé à élaborer la préparation des campagnes de décrue. Ouais. Pour vous dire que le gouvernement, on l'a réussi l'année dernière et on va le réussir cette année.
Donc, en toute chose, malheur est bon. Il y a les côtes montent, il y a la crue, mais après la décrue, ça peut profiter à de nombreux paysans.
Oui, absolument. Il y a des spéculations à cycle court que nous comptons déployer. L'année dernière, nous avions accompagné les paysans en semences de spéculation court et en intrants, et les rendements étaient, ils ont fait de très bonnes récoltes.
Très bonnes récoltes. Et l'hivernage de manière générale, j'imagine, vous avez fait le tour du pays. C'est quoi le comportement un peu de cette campagne?
Vous savez, je dis souvent que l'hivernage, c'est comme quand tu cuisines. Tant que c'est pas terminé, tu peux pas dire. Mais d'une manière générale, il y avait un retard de 2 semaines au début, mais alhamdoulilah, la pluviométrie a été au rendez-vous. Et cette année-ci, le gouvernement, sous le leadership de son Excellence président le Premier ministre, on a distribué des intrants et des semences records. On a amené les intrants de qualité en quantité, des bateaux de 33 000 tonnes. Dans l'histoire du Sénégal, ça ne s'est jamais passé. Et on a aussi fait preuve d'innovation en faisant du bulk procurement. Dans la sous-région aujourd'hui, je peux me vanter de dire que le Sénégal est l'un des pays qui a acheté l'engrais à de meilleurs prix dans toute la sous-région.
Donc tout ce qui devait être fait a été fait.
Absolument.
Maintenant,
du côté du gouvernement, ouais. Nous avons aussi accompagné les paysans en termes de préparation, en termes de gestion de calendrier agricole, et nous avons distribué les semences à temps, les engrais à temps.
Et maintenant, vous faites cap sur ce forum-là que vous organisez du 31 juillet au 4 septembre. C'est un gros événement. À J-3 ou 4, est-ce que tout est fin prêt? Côté organisation, déjà, vous dites que c'est le Davos de l'alimentation,
de l'agriculture.
C'est un grandissime forum.
Accueillir une dizaine de chefs d'État, une trentaine de ministres de l'Agriculture, 5000 participants internationaux, tous les hôtels de Dakar, tous les hôtels de Thiès sont affiches pleins. Déjà, ça, c'est l'impact économique. Amener le sous-secrétaire général des Nations Unies, comme je l'ai dit tout à l'heure, une dizaine de paysans, une trentaine de ministres de l'Agriculture, des capitaines d'industrie, tous les acteurs, les développeurs de semences, les universitaires, les chercheurs, toute la chaîne de valeur agricole, les machinistes, les usines qui font des tracteurs, les machines d'irrigation, toute l'industrie, toute la chaîne de valeur de l'agriculture et de l'élevage sera présente à Dakar.
Et ça, c'est un des plus gros événements de l'ère Bassirou Diomaye Faye. On est un peu dans la perspective aussi des JOJ. Mais est-ce qu'un événement de cette dimension, est-ce que vous avez le sentiment que les Sénégalais se sont appropriés cet événement-là? C'est pas trop connu. Hein,
Si. Nous avons fait la vulgarisation. Il y a 1000 jeunes qui vont venir des 14 pays, des 525 communes du Sénégal. Et moi, je dis souvent à mes collègues que c'est le dry run des JOJ. Aujourd'hui, de local à l'aéroport, le protocole, le transport, l'hébergement, l'accueil dans les hôtels, les restaurants. Le fait que tous les hôtels s'affichent pleins, ça veut dire que l'impact économique dans le pays, il est réel. Et l'autre bonne nouvelle, nous nous sommes lancés le défi de le faire 100% made in Sénégal. 500 artisans ont été mobilisés ces 2 derniers mois pour faire tout ce qu'il y a, stand, fauteuil, canapé, auditorium, pour vous dire l'impact aussi sur les petites et moyennes entreprises sénégalaises.
C'est eux qui font les stands?
C'est eux qui font les stands. Tout est fait, rien n'est importé dans ce forum. Et c'est une grande première.
C'est une grande première. Et le choix du Sénégal, on dit que c'est la première fois que ça se tient en Afrique de l'Ouest. Pourquoi? Qu'est-ce qui a été décidé dans le choix du Sénégal?
Vous savez, ça a été une rude bataille. 30 pays avaient candidaté. Le marathon a été rude. En finale, on s'est battu contre le géant nigérian. Encore une fois de plus, le soutien de son Excellence président de la République, le soutien indéfectible du Premier ministre et la solidarité gouvernementale a fait que l'excellent travail entre le ministre secrétaire d'État et moi-même, avec toutes nos équipes, qui a voulu que le Sénégal a gagné cette rude bataille devant le Nigeria.
Devant le Nigeria. Et ce forum-là est placé sous le thème Jeunesse africaine, fer de lance de la collaboration, de l'innovation et la transformation des systèmes alimentaires. Pourquoi mettez la jeunesse en avant dans cette thématique?
Vous savez, nous avons l'intime conviction que les 65 à 70 milliards de dollars que l'Afrique importe, si nous voulons renverser cette tendance, nous devons mettre les jeunes au cœur du système de production alimentaire. Raison pour laquelle son Excellence président de la République et le Premier ministre ont fait de l'agriculture et de l'élevage la priorité des priorités et ont fait de l'emploi des jeunes la priorité des priorités. Et nous devons absolument convaincre, moi je demeure absolument convaincu que les jeunes et la technologie une agriculture climato-intelligente, c'est les récipes pour accélérer, pour atteindre l'autosuffisance et la souveraineté alimentaire.
Et c'est quoi l'intérêt de ce forum-là, justement?
C'est d'abord d'amener des investisseurs dans notre pays, d'amener des partenaires dans notre pays et de comparer aussi ce que nous faisons par rapport au reste du monde. 50 ans, le Brésil était dans la même situation. 50 ans, l'Inde était dans la même situation. La Corée du Sud était dans la même situation. Même pour le blé, l'Éthiopie était dans la même situation. Rassembler tous ces acteurs, parler des success stories, parler de ce qui a marché, ce qui n'a pas marché, comment former, formaliser, financer, accompagner les petits producteurs dans la transformation et dans la commercialisation. C'est exactement la raison pour laquelle nous avons organisé ce forum-là à Dakar. Maintenant, pourquoi l'agriculture et l'élevage? Nous demeurons absolument convaincus que la priorité de l'Afrique aujourd'hui, on l'a vu à la déclaration de Malabo, on l'a vu tout récemment à la déclaration de Kampala. Nous voulons faire de telle sorte que l'Afrique puisse nourrir l'Afrique.
L'Afrique puisse nourrir, c'est un slogan qui est très vieux, mais est-ce que vous pensez qu'à l'état actuel de la situation, les systèmes que nous avons permettent de réussir ce pari?
Monsieur, vous avez vu ce qu'on a réussi ces 18 derniers mois. Depuis le mois de janvier, on n'a pas importé 1 kilogramme de pommes de terre. Depuis le mois de janvier, on n'a pas importé 1 kilogramme d'oignons. Depuis le mois de janvier, on n'a pas importé 1 kilogramme de carottes. Les rendements de riz dans les 46 000 hectares qui ont été cultivés dans la vallée, vous pouvez demander qui vous voulez et je vous prie d'aller que les journalistes aillent vérifier l'information. On a battu les rendements records des 10 dernières années. Et raison pour laquelle je me permets de féliciter son Excellence président et le Premier ministre. Ils ont accompagné l'année dernière le monde agricole avec 120 milliards de budget. Cette année-ci, 130 milliards de budget. Les engrais sont venus à temps. Les semences sont venues à temps. Et dans la logique de Jubal Jubanti, on s'est assuré que les agriculteurs reçoivent les semences et les engrais qui doivent le recevoir. Et encore une fois de plus, merci aux forces de défense et de sécurité, merci à l'administration territoriale, merci à l'ensemble des collègues qui se battent corps et âme comme des soldats sur le terrain pour s'assurer que les ayants droit reçoivent les semences et les engrais.
Vous avez produit beaucoup d'oignons cette année, c'est pratiquement, vous avez atteint l'autosuffisance. Pendant ça, il reste un défi, celui de la transformation.
Et le stockage.
Vous voulez changer le système alimentaire en Afrique, il faut réussir le pari de la transformation, non?
Moi, je dirais qu'il faudrait d'abord réussir le pari de la planification agricole.
Et ça, vous y êtes?
Mais pas encore. Aujourd'hui, mon idéal, c'est que mon collègue ministre de l'Industrie et du Commerce me fasse une commande pour me dire que durant l'année, voici les quantités de pommes de terre que j'ai besoin, les quantités de riz, les quantités de semences, les quantités de maïs. Et je ferai la planification agricole ensemble avec tous les acteurs que l'on définisse ou produire quoi